You think 73% of first-timers at a Michelin star joint leave money on the table and still go home hungry. Yeah, hungry, after dropping $400 per person. Wild. But it happens every single night from New York to Napa to Chicago. People walk in like they are at Chili's and walk out confused, broke, and low-key mad at themselves. I have been there. I've been the dude sweating in a blazer I bought an hour before, staring at a menu that reads like poetry written by a mad scientist. No prices, words I cannot pronounce. A waiter who looks like he judges your soul between courses. That was me in Manhattan 3 years ago. I ordered wrong. I tipped weird. I asked for ketchup as a joke, and nobody laughed. Not my finest night. So, today we are fixing that. I'm going to give you 7 real tips about ordering at a Michelin star restaurant that most folks totally whiff on. These are the things your server will never tell you. Your foodie friend pretends they know, and TikTok absolutely gets wrong. Let us talk about it like we are at the table together. First thing, you are messing up. You treat the menu like it is a suggestion. It is not. At these places, the menu is a whole vibe, a story, a flex. The chef is not asking you what you want. The chef is telling you what you are about to experience. Most Americans roll in and try to hack it. Can I get the scallop but without the foam? Can you put the steak on the tasting menu instead? Can I do half portions, bro? Stop. You are basically walking into a concert and asking the band to play your playlist. That is not how this works. These kitchens run like military units. Every plate is timed. Every sauce is built for the thing it is sitting under. You start swapping stuff and you break the whole chain. You want control. Go to Chipotle. At a Michelin spot, you surrender. You trust. That is the price of admission. People think they are being smart by customizing. They are actually telling the whole room they have no idea what is going on. Second thing, you ignore the sommelier because you think wine people are just trying to upsell you. I get it. Wine lists look like the tax code. Some of them do not even have prices. That feels shady, like you're about to get got. But here is the real deal. The sommelier is the most underused cheat code in the building. These folks taste everything. They know which $5 pour will make your fish sing and which $200 bottle will fight your dessert. You do not have to buy the baller bottle. You just have to talk like a human. Say, hey, I usually drink iced tea and Bud Light, but I want to feel fancy tonight. I have $80 for drinks. What would you do? Watch what happens. They light up. They are not car salesmen. They are nerds. You just gave a nerd permission to nerd out on a budget. Most people get this wrong because they get embarrassed. They mumble house red and stare at the table. Then they sip something that tastes like a tire and blame the restaurant. Nah, you fumbled the assist. Use the sommelier. Third thing, you think the tasting menu is a scam. I hear this all the time. It is just tiny food for big money. I could get more at Olive Garden, okay? Sure. You could also get more paint by buying a bucket at Home Depot. Does not mean you bought art. A tasting menu is not dinner. It is a show. You are paying for 12 to 20 little moments. Each one is supposed to reset your brain. The mistake people make is they eat it like they are at a buffet. They inhale it. They scroll their phone. They talk through it. Then they say it was not filling. Of course it was not. You just skipped the whole point. Slow down. Taste the weird stuff. Ask what that green crumb is. Let the captain explain why the chef used vinegar from 1998. You are buying stories. You are buying memory. You are buying the right to say, I had a carrot that changed my life. If you just want to be full, hit a diner after. That is not shade. That is strategy. Fourth thing, you dress like you are going to the club or like you are going to jury duty. There is a weird middle ground at these restaurants. You do not need a tux, but you also cannot look like you just mowed the lawn. Americans mess this up because we think either it is formal or it is whatever. Michelin star spots in the United States are usually smart casual. That means you look like you tried. Clean shoes, a shirt with buttons, no gym shorts, no giant logos. Why does it matter? Because the whole place is a stage. The staff, the lighting, the plates, the other guests. You are part of the scene. When you look like you respect the room respects you back. Your water gets filled faster. Your server jokes with you. You get the extra bread without asking. Is that fair? Nope. Is it real? Yep. You do not have to buy a new fit. Just do not look like you got lost on the way to a tailgate. Fifth thing, you treat the staff like robots. This is the biggest L I see. People get nervous and they turn stiff. They say yes, please, and no, thank you, like they are at a job interview. They do not make eye contact, or they go the other way. They get loud. They snap their fingers. They say, hey, boss man, both are cringe. These teams are running a 3-hour play, and you are in the front row. They want you to have a good time, but they also have 40 other people and a chef who will end them if they drop a sauce. So be cool. Be human. Learn your captain's name. Say that the butter is insane. Ask if the kitchen is getting slammed tonight. When you treat them like people, they start rooting for you. That is when the extras happen. A free pour, a kitchen tour, a little dessert that was not on the menu. That stuff is not on the bill. It is on the vibe. Most folks get this wrong because they think money talks. At this level, kindness talks louder. Sixth thing, you do not pace yourself. Here is what happens. Bread comes out, it is warm. It is probably the best bread you have had in your life. There is butter with sea salt that melts like a dream. You crush it. All of it. You ask for more. Then course 1 shows up, then course 2, then a palate cleanser, then fish, then meat, then cheese, then dessert, then another dessert, then little chocolates with your coffee. By course 5, you are sweating. You are unbuttoning your pants under the table. You are praying for it to end. Rookie move. The pros know the bread is a trap. The pros know the tasting menu is a marathon. You take bites, not plates. You sip, not chug. You breathe between courses. You're not at a backyard barbecue. You do not have to clean your plate to be polite. Leaving a bite is not an insult. Wasting food because you ate 6 rolls is the insult. Most Americans get this wrong because we are trained to get our money's worth by volume. Here you get your money's worth by attention. 7th thing, you forget to say what you do not like before you sit down. Allergies are one thing. The kitchen will bend over backwards for those. But dislikes are where people get weird. They hate beets. They despise blue cheese. They think cilantro tastes like soap, but they do not say anything. And then the beet course shows up, and they poke it and get sad. The server notices, the chef hears about it. Now the whole team is spiraling because you are not happy. You think you are being easygoing. You are actually making it harder. When you make the reservation, say, hey, I am cool with everything, but I truly cannot do mushrooms, or I am not a fan of really gamey meat. They will adjust. They want you to win. What they cannot do is read your mind after the lamb brain is already on the table. People get this wrong because they think it is rude to have preferences. It is not. It is rude to waste their work. Now, let me give you a relatable analogy because this whole thing is just like buying tickets to a Broadway show. You would not walk into Hamilton and ask if they can skip the singing. You would not tell the usher to move your seat to the stage. You would not show up in flip-flops and a tank top and then complain that nobody takes you seriously. You sit down. You shut up. You watch the thing. You clap. You cry a little. You leave changed. Michelin star dining is the same energy. It is live theater with food. The chef is Lin-Manuel Miranda. The servers are the cast. You are the audience. You can be the person who gets it and has the night of their life. Or you can be the person who talks through the whole thing and then says it was overrated. Personal stake time. I told you about my ketchup joke in Manhattan. That night cost me $600, and I left mad. Not at the restaurant. At me. I did everything wrong. I hacked the menu. I ignored the sommelier. I wore a cheap blazer and a bad attitude. A year later, I went back. Same place, different me. I told the captain, hey, I am here to learn. I trust you. I told the sommelier I had $100 for wine, and I wanted to be surprised. I wore a shirt I actually liked. I ate slow. I asked questions. That meal was one of the top 5 nights of my life. Same kitchen, same chef, different guest. That is why I care about this. Because the difference between a flex and a flop is not your wallet. It is your approach. So here is where I leave you. Ordering at a Michelin star restaurant is not about being rich. It is about being ready to listen, ready to be surprised, ready to let go of control for 3 hours and let someone cook for you like they mean it. Most people get it twisted. They think they are the main character. In that room, you are not. You are the guest. The food is the main character. Act accordingly. Which brings me to the last thing. I want to start a fight in the comments. Be honest. Should regular people even go to Michelin star restaurants if they cannot afford to do it the right way? Or is it gatekeeping to say that if you need to ask the price, you should just stay home? Let me know. I will be reading every take with a glass of whatever the sommelier told me to drink. Peace.